Today we're looking at small towns with a lot of charm. These are towns that most people would be happy to call home. These are also towns with a livability score that's over 80, which is a great score, and the locals give them glowing reviews on different websites. We'll also include the average home value in each town, and stay until the end and let us know which town sparked your interest the most. Got it? Get it? Good. Let's take a look. Number 10, Unalaska, Alaska. Strange name for a town, but it is kind of nice. Looking for a quiet escape with a population that you could fit into a high school gym? Welcome to Unalaska, Alaska, where the population hovers around 4,500 residents and you're more likely to see a whale than a traffic jam. But don't let the small size fool you. The town is becoming a hotspot for major cruise lines like Viking and Windstar. They've discovered its charm and now are making regular pit stops there. Unalaska is as remote as my chances of dating Scarlett Johansson. You can only get there by plane or boat, adding an extra sprinkle of adventure to your journey. Once you arrive, you'll find yourself surrounded by jaw-dropping natural beauty and a smorgasbord of activities. Fancy some whale watching? Check. Feel like stretching your legs on a hike? Double check. Want to dive into some World War II history? Head on over to the Aleutian World War II Visitor Center and Museum of the Aleutians, where history buffs can get their fill of fascinating stories and artifacts. Most people don't know this, and I've mentioned it on this channel before, but there was actually a ground battle during World War II in Alaska. The Japanese had taken over basically a rock in the middle of the Bering Sea. It was a small island with nothing on there, but they took it over just to get a foothold in the United States. This little island in the Aleutian Islands was so far away that they left them for a while and just bombed the crap out of them, eventually marched on in. If you're looking for Unalaska on a map, it's out there by Dutch Harbor. If you don't know where Dutch Harbor is, that is where all those crabbing boats go in the deadliest catch. And it is on the island of Unalaska. Now, homes don't come up for sale that often, but when they do, you'd probably want to jump on it. The average Unalaska home value is $564,000. Number 9, Winslow, Arizona. All right, buckle up, folks, because we're about to take a wild ride to Winslow, Arizona. Yep, the very same Winslow, Arizona the Eagles immortalized in their classic hit Take It Easy. Back in the day, Winslow was a bustling railroad stop on the iconic Route 66, aka the Mother Road. Now it's a hotspot for road warriors on wheels, be they drivers or motorcyclists. The first stop on the tour, the legendary La Posada Hotel. This isn't just an old inn. This was designed by the Santa Fe Railroad, and it is still going strong to this day. For all of you outdoor adventures that make your way to Winslow, head north to the Homolovi State Park. It's not just a place to stretch your legs. It's a hiker's paradise with trails leading to fascinating archaeological sites and ancient Hopi petroglyphs. Yes, you know when the Indians used to ride on the rocks? They got those there. These aren't fake. These were actually put there by people hundreds of years ago, maybe even thousands. So whether you're into history, hiking, or just humming along some classic rock, Winslow's got something for you. The other cool thing about Winslow, it is a very affordable place to live. You just have to be able to withstand the summer heat. The average Winslow, Arizona home value is $192,000. That is not bad. Number 8, Siloam Springs, Arkansas. All right, buckle up because we're heading to the hidden gem of Arkansas, Siloam Springs. This town is nestled right in Benton County on the edge of the northwest Arkansas metro area. That's that area I've been talking about forever. Arkansas is a mess. This one northwest corner is doing pretty good. Up there you'll find Springdale, Fayetteville, Rogers, and of course Bentonville. This is just to the west of that metro area on the Oklahoma border. It's got the Illinois River flowing right by town. They've got a nice kayak park there, and it is not a bad place to live. Now this town just makes it under what is considered a city. 20,000 is normally what people consider a city. Siloam Springs has 17,000. Little over. But don't let its size fool you. Think small town charm with a dash of adventure and a sprinkle of good old Arkansas friendliness. This is not a bad place to live. They got the Illinois River flowing right by town. Got a nice little kayak park there. And the stats are relatively good, especially when you look at affordability. Most of Arkansas is very affordable. This place is no different. The average Siloam Springs, Arkansas home value is about $269,000. That is not bad. Number 7, Cartersville, Georgia. Looking for a wild combo of dinosaurs and fine Western art? Then buckle up and head to Cartersville, Georgia. Here you'll find the epic Tellus Science Museum. Imagine strolling through galleries jam-packed with sparkling minerals, ancient fossils, and vintage transportation tech that'll make you feel like you've time traveled. Swing by the Booth Western Art Museum, where you'll find the world's largest permanent collection of Western art. That's right, Western art. In Georgia. It's like stepping into a movie set, minus the tumbleweeds and scorpions and things like that. Cartersville has a historic downtown. It is that full-on downtown Main Street America type thing. It is great. Here's the kicker. You can snap a selfie in front of the very first painted wall ad for Coca-Cola. Yeah, they painted it here on a building. Carterville's got really good stats across the board, another one, and it's got a pretty low cost of living. Their housing is pretty decent as well. The average Cartersville, Georgia home value is $320,000. Number 6, Carson City, Nevada. You know, this is one, I don't think we really talked about Carson City ever on this channel. I remember being in one where we were talking about like state capitals or something. That was about it. We really didn't get into the city itself. But welcome to Carson City, Nevada. This little gem dates back to the wild and woolly 1850s when folk struck silver at the Comstock lode, and the town went from sleepy to seriously booming overnight. Miners with pickaxes, saloons buzzing with excitement, and a whole lot of dreams about getting rich quick. This is part of the reason Nevada is known as the Silver State. I mean, they were finding silver all over the state. There's stories, I don't know how true it is, but you could be walking through the desert and it'd just be out there like rocks. You could pick up silver. You didn't really have to mine that much. Fast forward to present day, you'll find that Carson City still holds onto its vintage vibes. Take a stroll through the historic downtown where Victorian-era homes line the streets, proudly standing the test of time. If you're feeling adventurous, follow the Kit Carson Trail. It's like a time machine, minus the flux capacitor. No need to track down a DeLorean. And if you're a rail history buff, be prepared to geek out. The Nevada State Railroad Museum is packed with enough old trains and memorabilia to make any train spotter's heart skip a beat. I've actually seen that. It is very cool. I have this thing for trains, in case you don't know. I don't have like one of those garages with trains everywhere, anything like that. I like to ride trains. If you've never done that, I suggest it. Get an overnight trip, go across the country if you want. Just sit there, get one of the rooms on there, and look out the window and experience America. It's beautiful. This city, there's a bunch of history and culture of Native American heritage in the area as well. And you're not too far from Reno in case you got to get your gaming on. The average Carson City, Nevada home value is $479,000. It's a little up there, but it's a pretty nice place to live. Number 5, Kennebunkport, Maine. Once upon a time, Kennebunkport was a place you wanted to be if you wanted a top-notch ship built. Fast forward to the 1900s, and today, it's swapped its shipbuilding gig for its new role of the ultimate summer hotspot. Grand hotels and swanky mansions line the coast, drawing in affluent vacationers like bees to honey. These days, Kennebunkport still knows how to throw a summer bash. Sunseekers flock here and kick back on the beaches and take leisurely strolls around the charming town. And this is a very charming town. If you find yourself in this picturesque paradise, Dock Square is a must visit. It's a shopping area with the whole village type feel thing. Perfect for scoring some unique souvenirs and maybe a lobster roll or two. Now that's the tourist part of it. You gotta have some money if you're gonna live in Kennebunkport. That's all there is to it. It is beautiful. It is a very affluent city or town. I mean, this is where President Bush used to live, the first President Bush. The average Kennebunkport, Maine home value is $1,134,000. That's a lot of money. But if you got it, this is a great place to spend it. Number 4, Whitefish, Montana. I love Whitefish, been there a few times. Actually, I've taken the train there. If you take the train from Seattle or Portland, Oregon, it's an overnight thing. So you get on around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and then you just go overnight. You wake up in the morning around 9 a.m., you're in Whitefish, Montana. Whitefish isn't just a pretty face. National Geographic gave it a shout out as one of the top 25 ski towns in the world. There's more. Nestled on the shores of Whitefish Lake, this pint-sized paradise has more than enough things for you to do. Imagine snowboarding down pristine slopes, hiking trails that make you feel like you're in a nature documentary, and bike routes that'll give your legs a workout worth bragging about. If water's more your style, grab a boat during the summer or spring and make some waves on the lake. The cool thing is, it's not just daylight stuff. They've got plenty to do downtown. A lot of great restaurants, bars, pubs, whatever you want. And if you go here, take a day, go out to Glacier National Park. That's another place you can get dropped off in Glacier National Park by the Amtrak, the same train that takes you to Whitefish. Just stay on a little bit longer. The average Whitefish, Montana home value is $892,000. Number 3, Oxford, Mississippi. All right, settle down. I know I just said Mississippi, and we're talking about a place that's nice. Side note, I just got a horrible email from a guy who gave me a couple threats over things I'd said about Mississippi. He claimed they're not as uneducated as I make them sound. The best part of this email was he had over 30 misspelled words, and his grammar was atrocious. Not that mine's much better, his was just really bad. Anyway, if you're a book lover, Oxford, Mississippi is your paradise. This charming town is where the legendary William Faulkner scribed his masterpiece, and contemporary bestseller John Grisham also called it home. With a nickname like cultural mecca of the South, Oxford is oozing with artistic flair. This place is a magnet for artists, musicians, and foodies. I hate the word foodies, but it just fits. If you've got a better word for foodie, I would love to hear it. Because I always say, if you like to eat food, well, who doesn't? People that like to continue to breathe like to eat food. I don't know. Help me out, folks. Anyway, they have a lot of world-renowned chefs that call this place home. The town square is the heart and soul of Oxford. Decades-old bookstores where the smell of old pages make you feel all warm and fuzzy, surrounded by quirky boutiques that scream unique find right here. And let's not forget the vinyl record shop that's a goldmine for music enthusiasts. Remember when they were just called records? Now they're called vinyl. The average Oxford, Mississippi home value is $349,000. Number 2, Littleton, New Hampshire. New Hampshire made the list. I like New Hampshire. They probably have 50 towns that would go in this, but we're sticking with Littleton because we've never talked about it before, and it's nice. Littleton, New Hampshire, with a population of about 6,000, give or take a few, is your quintessential charming town nestled in the White Mountains. This place settled way back in 1770, and it's like stepping into a real-life snow globe, minus the snow year-round. But hey, it's New Hampshire. Give it a little time, the snow will come back. Stroll down Main Street and you'll stumble upon Cutter's, a candy lover's paradise boasting the world's largest candy counter. Seriously, we're talking 112 feet of sugary bliss, jelly beans, chocolates, and every nostalgic treat you can imagine. And if you're not into having a sugar coma by the end of the day, you're doing it completely wrong. For those jonesing to hit the slopes, Littleton is home to America's oldest ski slope. This place is a piece of skiing history, and when you're ready to crash after all that candy and skiing, Thayer's Inn is waiting for you with its elegant historic charm. It's like staying in a Victorian postcard with Wi-Fi. The average Littleton, New Hampshire home value is $348,000. That is not bad for a place in New Hampshire. All right, if you're thinking about moving to one of these towns or any town in the United States, there's a link for Home and Money in the description area below. They can get you in touch with a real estate agent anywhere in the country. They have a bunch of other tools on the website to help you with your home buying journey. All right, on to number 1. And number 1, Bend, Oregon. All right, for those of you that watch too much cable news, you just heard Oregon and right away you think the place is horrible and it's got a whole bunch of problems. No, Oregon is a pretty decent state. Portland has a laundry list of problems, and it is the biggest city, so it brings the whole state down. But Bend, Oregon is not that bad. Living in Bend is like stepping into a postcard, where the views are always Instagram ready, and the weather seems to be on its best behavior just to impress you, which is very strange for Oregon. If you're in Bend, you could be sitting there sipping on a craft brew from one of the local breweries while watching kayakers navigate the Deschutes River, all under a sky so blue you probably think it was photoshopped. Bend is the kind of place where even the squirrels seem to be a little laid back. West Coast vibe, probably because they know they live in a town that has more activities than there are days in the year. Seriously, how many places can you ski and play golf on the same day? It's like Mother Nature decided to throw a little something extra into the mix just to keep things interesting in Bend. Bend. I like Bend. I've been there several times. It's a great place to just go for the weekend, hang out for a week. There's always something to do. The average Bend, Oregon home value is $744,000. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you'll probably enjoy one of the two videos being suggested right now. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.